Hello everybody, welcome back again to Mr. Wisp 254, and in today's video I want to take you through how you can be able to limit traffic to specific websites that you may want to at least regulate or limit the traffic that they use. So for this tutorial, I'm going to use Netflix, I'm going to use Facebook as an example, and I will show you how we can be able to limit traffic for those particular websites. And you can also use this same method to limit traffic to other websites as well. So let's get started. So what we are going to do is we are going to create some few Mangle rules. You come to IP, firewall, then Mangle. So what you're going to do is that we are going to create a rule that is going to collect all the servers, the IPs of these particular websites, and put them under an address list. Right here you can see the address list currently is empty. So let's just create a rule that will help us collect all those IPs and put them under the address list here. So you come to Mangle and then you add your first rule. From the general tab, the chain is going to be pre-routing, and on the advanced tab, you're going to need to fill in the content. So let's start with facebook.com. And then after doing that, you're going to come to the action tab, and on the action tab you're going to add all those to that add the destination to address list. And then after you do that, maybe you're going to give the address list a name. So let's say Facebook servers. And the timeout, let's give it 30 days. And for the timeout, this is just my preference. Maybe you can choose your own timeout. So let's give it also a comment so that we know what it is. So we are just going to name this Facebook IPs. Okay. So let's do the same for Netflix. General tab is still going to be pre-routing. The advanced tab from the content. So this is going to be netflix.com. And then after that, you're going to come to the action tab. And we are going to add this to an address list. And the address list, maybe let's just give it a name, Netflix servers. The timeout, let's give it 30 days. Let's also put in a comment and say Netflix IPs, then click OK. You can also do the same for YouTube. General tab, pre-routing, and then the advanced tab, the content, this is youtube.com. And then from the action tab, we are going to add that to the address list, and maybe we can call this YouTube servers. The timeout, we also give it 30 days. Put a comment, YouTube IPs, then click OK. So what this rule does is that it collects all the IPs for these particular websites and it puts them on an address list. You can see it has already found one IP for Facebook. So the more your people or your clients continue using Facebook or YouTube or Netflix, whatever website it is, the address list here is going to be populated with various IPs, because definitely Facebook has several IPs, YouTube the same, Netflix the same. So maybe we can even just do this. When you come to Facebook, maybe let's just try refresh that. Maybe let's even play a video right here. Let's do the same for YouTube. Hello everybody. And that's how, the more you continue using your Facebook, the more you continue using your Instagram, the IPs, the different IPs are going to be collected. So let me stop this. So when we come back to our MikroTik, I'm sure, yeah, you can see we've now collected a few. We have collected a few Facebook, we've collected a few Netflix, we've collected one YouTube, and the list will go on and on until it captures all the IP addresses that all these providers use. So after doing that, we now need to create some Mangle rules that we are going to use to create, to mark packets for when we are now going to do our queues. So we are going to create a Mangle rule for upload. We are going to create a Mangle rule that will also affect the download. We are going to do this both for Facebook. We are going to do this for Netflix as well. So let's start. So you come to add. The general tab is going to be pre-routing, and the source address, this is going to be your LAN address. So for me, my LAN address, let me just get it quickly. Here it is, 41.41.41.1/24. So I'm going to input here 41.41.0/24. I'm doing .0/24 because I want to capture the entire subnet for that LAN. And then pre-routing basically just means anything that goes out of your computer to your router. So the next thing that you now need to do is you now need to come to the advanced tab. And from the advanced tab, the destination address list, we are now going to pick it from the drop down. So let's start with Facebook servers. And then after that, you're going to go to the action tab, and we are going to mark that connection. And after marking the connection, so after that, the new connection mark, let's give it a name and say Facebook upload connection. So we are going to start with upload. So this is the Mangle rule for that's going to affect the upload. So after doing that, you can maybe give it a comment and say Facebook upload. Then click OK. So let's do another rule, add, and the general tab is still going to be pre-routing. Now this rule is now going to, so that is going to help us to mark that connection, and the connection mark now is going to be Facebook upload connection. And then after that, you now need to come to the action tab, and when you come to the action tab, the action is mark packet. After that, the new packet mark is going to be, let's give it a name, Facebook, upload packets, and we are going to uncheck pass through. Then after that, you're just going to click apply. Okay, so that is what you need to do for the upload. So let's do the same for download. There's going to be some small change on the general tab. So for download, the general tab, we are now going to use post routing. And then after doing that, the destination address is going to be your LAN still, 41.41.41.0/24. And then you come to your advanced tab. And from the advanced tab, the source address, we are now going to pick Facebook servers. After that, you come to the action tab. And from the action tab, you're going to mark that connection. Mark connection. And then we are going to give the new connection mark a name. So let's call this Facebook upload. No, this is download. Connection. And then we are going to maybe put a comment there as well and call it Facebook download. Then click OK. Add another final rule for the download. General tab, pre-routing. No, not pre-routing, post-routing. And then the connection mark, you're going to pick the connection mark, and the connection mark is now going to be Facebook download connection. And then after that, you come to the actions tab and you mark that packet. And then the new packet mark, we are going to give it a name, and let's give it a name Facebook download packets. And we are going to uncheck pass through. Then you're going to apply that and OK. So let's do the same for Netflix as well. So we add another rule, general tab, the chain is pre-routing. Our source address is our LAN. /24, and then you come to the advanced tab, and on the advanced tab now the destination address list is now going to be Netflix servers, because we are now dealing with Netflix. And then after that, you now need to come to the new, you now need to after that, you need to come to the action tab, and from the action tab, what you now need to do is mark connection, and the new connection mark is now going to be, we can give it a name, Netflix upload connection. And then we can also put a comment, and maybe let's give it a name, Netflix upload. Click OK. After that, let's put in another rule. General tab, the chain is still going to be pre-routing, and then you come to connection mark, and now your connection mark is going to be Netflix upload connection. And then you need to come to the action tab, and from the action tab the action is going to be mark packet, and the new packet name, let's give it Netflix upload packets, and we are going to uncheck pass through. Then click apply and OK. So let's do another one for the download. The general tab is going now to change to post routing, and then after that the destination address is going to be your LAN 41.41.0/24. And then on the advanced tab, from the advanced tab, your source address is now going to be your Netflix servers. Then after that you come to the action tab, and from the action tab now what you need to do is you need to mark connection. And the new connection mark, this is now going to be, let's give it a name, Netflix download connection. And maybe let's also put a comment here and say Netflix download. Then after that click on OK. Then just one final rule. General, the chain is going to be post routing because this is a download. And then after that you're going to come to the connection mark, and you're going to pick Netflix download. After picking that, you're going to go to the actions tab, and you're going to mark packet. And the new packet mark, let's give it a name, Netflix download packets. And we are going to uncheck pass through, then click apply, click OK. So guys, that is all you need to do with the Mangle rules, which are now going to affect both the download and upload for both Facebook and Netflix. And you can also do the same for YouTube as well. The procedure still remains the same. So after this, now we need to go to create our queues. So you come to queues and go to queue tree. So let's start creating our queue tree. So let's create let's call this Facebook traffic, and then maybe let's allocate 1 megabit to Facebook, then apply that. Okay, and then let's create now the upload and download for Facebook. So let's call this Facebook download, and the parent is going to be Facebook traffic. And we now need to pick a packet mark, and now this is going to be Facebook download packets. And then maybe let's give this 512K. The queue type, I'm going to leave it as it is, and then click apply, click OK. Let's create another one which is going to be for the upload. So let's call this Facebook upload. The parent is going to be Facebook traffic. The packet mark is going to be Facebook upload packets. And also let's give this, let's say 512. You're going to apply that. Okay. Let's do the same for Netflix. Netflix traffic. Maybe let's give Netflix 2 megabits. Apply that. Okay. So let's create the download and upload for Netflix. So let's call this Netflix download, and the parent is going to be Netflix traffic, and the packet mark is going to be Netflix download packets. And maybe let's give this 1 megabyte. Apply that. Okay. Let's do Netflix upload. The parent is going to be Netflix traffic, and the packet is going to be, packet mark is going to be Netflix upload packets. Let's also give this maybe 1 megabyte. Apply that. Okay. So you're now going to see some traffic passing through this. You can see already there's some little traffic passing through it. Let me just expand this, and then maybe we can come to our Netflix and see what happens. So this is Facebook, so let's just try and refresh that. So as I'm doing that, you can see it's even turning to red, because the traffic that I have allocated to it is it's some little traffic, so that's why you can see it's turning to red. That means traffic is going through, and now that means that traffic that is going to go through Facebook is not going to go past 512 kbps. So let's also check on Netflix. Let's refresh this.
To understand what I'm about to tell you, you need to...
And you can see there's also some little traffic going through the Netflix queue. So guys, that is how you are able to achieve this. You can also come back to the address list, and you'll see that more and more servers, more and more IPs are being captured. So guys, that is how you are able to achieve the limitation of traffic to specific websites. So thank you guys, thank you everybody for watching. Stay tuned for the next video, and I'm requesting all of you to kindly please subscribe so that we can grow the channel. Please leave a comment down below on what you want me to tackle next time, and I'll be happy to do that. So with that, thank you and bye bye.